Psalm chapter 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup runs over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever.
Psalm 23:5 says, You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup runs over. So just looking at the very first part of this verse, I find it interesting, because David is expressing what his great shepherd does for him. Notice that his shepherd prepared a table before him, even in the presence of his enemies. Now understand, when it says in the Bible that they prepared a table, it doesn't mean that they made a table out of wood. They created a table and, hey, here's your table. What it's talking about is food. When you prepare a table before someone, you're laying out a good spread of food. You're not just having a snack, but you're actually putting out a banquet kind of table, where we might look at it today like a buffet, like a really good buffet place. And he's saying here, look, the great shepherd is laying out a buffet of food before me, even in the presence of my enemies. And it's interesting. It's before in the presence of his enemies, but David's going to sit there and he's going to pleasantly enjoy this. Remember what we already talked about sheep and how they're skittish, and the environment that they need to be in order to be able to sit calmly and eat. And yet that's exactly what he's describing here. He's saying that even though he's surrounded by his enemies, there is such peace because his great shepherd is nearby. That his great shepherd can lay out a buffet of food in front of him, and he can peacefully eat and drink and enjoy regardless of the circumstances that are going on around him. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't do very well at doing doing two or three things at one time. I'm a one thing at a time kind of guy. And I oftentimes, if I have to do two things at once, it just becomes too much that I just end up having to stop and go back to that one thing, because I just can't seem to wrap my mind around doing two things at one time. Like walking and chewing gum is just disastrous. And here it's almost like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if there's what the other thing that's going on around him. It doesn't matter if he has to do two things at once. It doesn't matter if there's chaos enveloping around him. Whatever's going on, it's okay, because his great shepherd is right there. He's provided the buffet. He is pleasantly and peacefully and blissfully at rest and is not worrying about anything, because his great shepherd is with him amidst all of the circumstances. Now, this doesn't mean that he's just with him in general, because he's always there with us. This means that this is connected to David's perspective. David's not on this idea that, oh no, what's going to happen next? I don't know. I know Jesus is there, but I'm stuck on the what ifs. No, David is saying, I'm not even considering the what ifs. I'm not thinking about any of that, because it doesn't matter. Because I'm in blissful, sweet, serene rest, because my great shepherd is right here by me. You can really see David changing the perspective off of the fear and the anxiety and the what ifs, and instead just focusing on, I'm in blissful rest because my great shepherd is right here next to me. Well, our great shepherd does the same for us. He protects us, he cares for us, and he makes sure that even when we see the world around us crumbling, even when the circumstances of our lives are turning against us, even when it looks like there isn't any hope, we can still stand with every confidence with Jesus Christ by our side, knowing that he's there, knowing that he loves us, knowing that he hasn't given up on us. Even when we give up on ourselves, even when we don't see any hope any hope through the situation, Jesus is right there by our side. He hasn't given up. He still loves us. And in fact, not only does he love us, not only has he not given up on us, he just prepared a huge banquet table for us to enjoy and love and just fully have joy and peace over everything that he has provided. Jesus Christ is the greatest good that we're ever going to get. He not only has given us salvation, but he continues to love us day by day. And just because we love him back, he's like, you know what? I'm going to do something else for you. I'm going to provide for all of your needs. I'm going to take care of everything in life. Your food, your drink, your clothing. You know what, too? I'm going to plan for your future. I'm going to give you blessings in the future. If you continue to follow me, if you continue to love me, if you continue to do what I ask you to do, I'm not just going to bless you now. I'm going to bless you tomorrow. I'm going to bless you next week. I'm going to bless you next month. And above all other things, I'm going to make a place for you in heaven. I'm going to build for you a mansion in heaven where you don't have to worry about anything, where in fact you're going to get a new body. And everything that is wrong with your body right now is going to be 100% when you get to heaven. You're going to have a place to live, and it's going to be a penthouse, and it's going to be right next door to me. And you don't have to worry. I'm going to be here forever in heaven with you, where there's going to be love, joy, and peace at all times. If we look at the sheer things that our great shepherd, Jesus Christ, does for us every single day from the point of our existence to the point through eternity, it is miraculous. Why would anyone turn this down? Jesus loves us. He hasn't given up on us, and he will never give up on us. Don't give up on him. Live peacefully. Live serene in quiet rest, knowing that he has taken care of the big problems. Just allow him to take care of everything else. Leave it with him. Let him give you rest and be able to just sit and enjoy the banquet table of blessings that he has provided before you. Don't worry about anything. Leave it with the Lord. Well, thank you so much again for joining me today. What a blessing today has been. I hope you come back tomorrow for tomorrow's next section of Psalm 23 as we start to finish off here Psalm chapter 23, and then we'll be going into Psalm chapter 24 through this series of the Good Shepherd. Have a great day, and God bless.